Hey everyone, Dr. Miller here from Senior Fit Nation, and I am so excited you're with me today. You know, for a long time, when we talked about healthy eating, especially for folks looking after their blood sugar or managing their weight, rice often got a bad rap. It was like, oh, maybe cut back on the rice. But guess what? New, really cool research is flipping that whole idea on its head. Today, I want to show you how we can take your everyday rice, yes, even white rice, and turn it into something that actually boosts your health. We're talking about brand new discoveries, simple little tweaks that can totally change how your body handles rice. It's not about giving up your favorite foods, it's about making them work for you. My journey into these latest discoveries actually started because of something I've been seeing more and more of in my practice and in the news: how our food interacts with our environment. We know rice is a staple for billions, right? But sometimes it can pick up certain things from the soil it grows in. For example, recent studies, like one published in The Lancet Planetary Health, are even showing how things like climate change can affect how much inorganic arsenic rice absorbs, which is a big deal when rice is such a huge part of people's diets. And other research, like from the University of Sheffield, has been looking into the best ways to tackle that. Now, I'm not bringing this up to scare you at all. Quite the opposite. It's about giving you the power and the knowledge. These new findings have really pushed me to look beyond just the basics of rice, like whether it makes your sugar spike, and dive into how we can actually make it safer and better for your body. What I've found is truly amazing, super simple, smart ways to cook rice that are backed by solid science, letting us all enjoy it, not just without worry, but to its fullest health potential. The cool thing about what I'm sharing today is that these aren't just fancy theories. These are practical, everyday tips that are scientifically proven. They build on all the traditional wisdom we already have about food, but with a modern, super precise twist. These new insights can literally change how your body digests rice, helping you feel more energized, feeding those amazing good bacteria in your gut, and even helping with calorie management. And remember, like with anything good for you, consistency is key. Even small, regular changes really add up to big benefits over time. So, please lean in, pay close attention to these details, and think about how you can easily try one or two of these new scientific approaches in your own kitchen. Your health is absolutely worth it. Oh, and if you're finding this helpful, please hit that thumbs up button and share it with a friend or family member. Let's spread the good news and build a healthier Senior Fit Nation together. All right, Senior Fit Nation, let's jump into these revolutionary ways to make your rice work harder and smarter for your health. We're going beyond just managing blood sugar and getting into some really exciting stuff like detoxifying your rice, cutting down on calories, and making your gut super happy. First up, let's talk about a game changer, the optimized detox and calorie reduction method. You know how we've been really excited about resistant starch for blood sugar? Still great. But new research, like something presented at the American Chemical Society, found a method that can potentially cut the calories in rice by a whopping 50 to 60%. And boost that awesome resistant starch, plus help reduce some of those environmental things we talked about earlier. The secret ingredient? It's really simple: coconut oil, and a specific way of cooking and cooling. Here's the magic behind it. The fat molecules from the coconut oil actually get into the rice starch while it's cooking. This literally changes the starch's structure, making it harder for your body to digest. So, fewer calories get absorbed, and you get more of that wonderful resistant starch. Think of it like the oil putting a little shield around the starch, so your body doesn't break it all down into sugar. Then, when you cool it, that new resistant structure becomes super solid. I actually heard from one of our viewers, a wonderful 68-year-old gentleman named Mr. Lee. He was really motivated to manage his weight and blood sugar, but he loves his rice. He tried this coconut oil method, and he felt more satisfied after meals, and over a few months, he even saw a consistent improvement in his energy and how he was managing his weight. It's those little consistent wins that make all the difference. So, how do you do this at home, based on the science? It's pretty straightforward. First, for about half a cup of uncooked rice, bring a pot of water to a boil. Then, add a teaspoon of coconut oil to the boiling water. This tiny step is absolutely key for that starch transformation we talked about. Next, add your half cup of rice. Let it simmer for about 40 minutes. Now, the researchers did say you could boil it for 20 to 25 minutes, but they found that a 40-minute simmer really maximized the effect. Once it's cooked, and this part is crucial, refrigerate the rice for 12 hours. That longer cooling time allows the starch to really change its shape and become even more resistant. The best part? You can totally reheat this rice, and those resistant starch levels stay put. So it's perfect for meal prepping. This method can not only boost resistant starch by up to 10 times, but if you're using extra water and then draining it off, which other studies suggest for reducing contaminants, it can also help reduce arsenic levels in rice. It's a win-win-win. Next up, let's talk about a true powerhouse, the gut microbiome powerhouse. We've mentioned how resistant starch feeds your good gut bacteria, but recent research is going much, much deeper into how different types of rice and how you prepare them can directly influence your gut microbiome, that incredible community of microbes in your belly that affects everything from your immunity to your mood. Studies, including one published in Frontiers in Sustainable Food Systems, are now looking into specific rice varieties and their effect on gut health, especially for folks dealing with things like weight management. This research is highlighting specialized rice types, like high-resistant starch and low-gluten rice, which are pretty fancy names, I know. While you might not find these specific varieties at your regular grocery store just yet, the science behind them gives us amazing clues about how to make the rice we do eat even better. This research shows that rice, especially when it's rich in resistant starch, encourages your gut bacteria to produce these super important things called short-chain fatty acids, or SCFAs. These SCFAs, like butyrate, are like gold for your gut lining. They help reduce inflammation and even send signals to your brain that can affect your appetite and metabolism. The studies also found that certain rice preparations can significantly increase the good guys in your gut, like Bifidobacterium, Parabacteroides, and Fiacalobacterium, while actually decreasing some of the less helpful ones. Think of your gut like a garden. Resistant starch is the best fertilizer, and by choosing the right seeds, meaning preparing your rice smartly, you can encourage all the most beautiful, beneficial flowers to bloom in there. So, even though we might not have those super specific rice strains in every store yet, you can still put these ideas into practice right now. 1. Keep maximizing resistant starch. The coconut oil and cool and reheat method we just talked about is your #1 tool here. The more resistant starch you create, the more delicious food for your amazing gut bacteria. 2. Consider rice bran. Research in Frontiers in Nutrition found that adding soluble or insoluble rice bran fibers can seriously boost those SCFA-producing bacteria, like Bifidobacterium, in your gut. Now, this isn't a direct cooking method for rice, but it highlights just how powerful the outer layers of rice can be. If you ever come across food-grade rice bran, adding a tiny bit to your cooked rice could be really beneficial. Of course, always chat with your doctor first, especially if you have a sensitive tummy. 3. Explore fermented rice products. You might not eat these every day, but a study in MDPI found that traditional fermented rice drinks can actually change your gut bacteria for the better, increasing those good bugs and even reducing some toxins. It's a fascinating look at the power of fermentation. This whole area of research is absolutely exploding, and it's really showing us that rice, when handled wisely, isn't just fuel for your body, but a direct way to build a super healthy gut. Finally, let's talk about a future that's almost here: the next generation of low GI rice. For anyone concerned about blood sugar, and I know that's many of you, the glycemic index, or GI, of rice has always been a big topic. High GI foods can make your blood sugar jump up fast. But here's the incredibly exciting news. New breakthroughs are changing everything. The International Rice Research Institute, or IRRI, which is like the world leader in rice science, has made a monumental discovery. They've actually pinpointed the genes responsible for low and even ultra-low glycemic index in rice. This isn't just about picking varieties that are naturally lower in GI, like black rice or wild rice, which are still fantastic choices, by the way. This is about breeding popular white rice varieties to have a GI as low as 44, and in some experimental types, even as low as 25. All without messing with the taste or how much they yield. This is a complete game changer. Imagine enjoying that fluffy, delicious white rice you love, but with all the blood sugar benefits of something super low on the GI scale. These new anti-diabetes rice varieties are designed to release glucose into your system incredibly slowly, preventing those sharp sugar spikes that really contribute to diabetes and inflammation. Some of these new types even have double the protein of regular rice, which helps you feel full longer and slows down digestion even more. I've seen firsthand the challenges seniors face trying to enjoy their traditional foods while also managing their blood sugar. This research offers such immense hope for a future where that balance is not just possible, but easy. So, what does all this mean for you, right now? 1. Stay tuned and curious. These amazing ultra-low GI rice varieties are currently being tested in places like the Philippines and India, and we expect them to be available in stores within a couple of years. Keep an ear out for news from IRI or check with your local agricultural research centers for updates on when they might hit your market. 2. Embrace naturally low GI options. Today, while we wait for this super rice to arrive, you can absolutely incorporate naturally lower GI options. Black rice. It has a GI of around 35 to 45 and is packed with powerful antioxidants. To keep its low GI, cook it until it's al dente, a little firmer, usually with 1 cup of rice to 2 cups of water. Brown Basmati rice. This one has a moderate GI of about 50 and still has its healthy bran and germ. A good ratio is 2 parts water to 1 part rice. Wild rice. This isn't technically rice but an aquatic grass, and it has a fantastic, very low GI of 35 to 40, plus it's high in fiber and protein. Use about 3 parts water to 1 part wild rice. 3. Always pair. Smartly, no matter what rice you choose, always eat it with lean proteins and plenty of high-fiber vegetables. This naturally slows down how quickly your body absorbs carbs and helps keep those blood sugar levels nice and steady. This scientific progress is seriously exciting. It promises a future where managing chronic health conditions can blend seamlessly into our daily lives, letting us enjoy our cultural comfort foods without the worry. So, Senior Fit Nation, we've just gone through 3 cutting-edge ways that are totally changing how we think about rice and our health. That awesome optimized detox and calorie reduction method with coconut oil and cooling, the incredible impact of rice on your gut microbiome, and the revolutionary development of ultra-low GI rice varieties. These aren't just minor adjustments. They're proof of how amazing science is and how it empowers us to make smarter, more effective choices about the food we genuinely love. My journey, which started with wanting to help folks like Mr. Robert Jones, continues to grow with every new discovery. That feeling of helplessness I sometimes had early in my career has been replaced by this powerful sense of hope, knowing that simple, scientifically proven methods can offer truly impactful solutions. It's all about taking charge of your health, not just with medicines, but with every delicious meal. Remember, the goal is never perfection, it's always progress. Just pick one of these new practices to try this week. Maybe it's cooking your rice with a little coconut oil and cooling it, or maybe it's exploring black rice for the first time. Small, consistent steps, based on the latest science, can lead to incredible improvements in your health and how much joy you get out of life. To quickly recap the new science of healthy rice, the optimized detox and calorie reduction method. Cook with coconut oil and then refrigerate for 12 hours to boost resistant starch and potentially cut calories and reduce contaminants. The gut microbiome powerhouse. Focus on making more resistant starch and consider rice bran to feed your good gut bacteria, which helps your body produce those vital short-chain fatty acids for a super healthy gut. The next generation of low GI rice. Keep an eye out for new, specially bred ultra-low GI rice varieties coming soon. And for now, choose naturally low GI options like black, brown basmati, and wild rice, always eating them with protein and fiber. These are the keys to truly transforming your rice from just a side dish into a powerful tool for a longer, more vibrant, and joyful life. I'm so passionate about bringing you this kind of cutting-edge information because I truly believe every single senior deserves to live their healthiest, most energetic life possible. Next time, we're going to dive into the fascinating connection between some common spices in your pantry and how they can actually help your brain health. Until then, keep thriving, keep learning, and keep making those incredible healthy choices. This is Dr. Miller, signing off from Senior Fit Nation.